Hey everybody. So I have a secret. I have a secret. I have a secret. Okay. So if you're friends with me, you probably know this already. Or if you're a client or something, some of the few people I've shared this with, I guess I'm not so great at keeping secrets. But I wanted to come on today because I've started losing track of who I've told, and the news is just so exciting that I didn't want to keep it to myself any longer. So the big the big secret is that myself and my family are moving to Italy in September. Now, it's super exciting. We are going to be there for about 10 months. Basically, the school year, we are pulling the kids out of school. We are going to be working remotely for the year and we're super excited. So we're off on this epic adventure, and I just wanted to kind of make this public announcement. So we're moving to Italy. We started a YouTube channel that we're super excited about. I'll actually pop it into the comments here. So if you want to follow our family journey, you can follow us on YouTube. We are going to be sharing posts about the adventures that we're having, what it's like to work abroad, schooling with the kids, all of the details, and we're going to get started really soon because we want to share some of the preparation and all of that. So let me rewind a little bit and give you a bit of the context of how this all came up and why we're moving to Italy. Now, none of us have Italian background. We don't speak Italian, although we are learning. We're all spending time on Duolingo. We should get sponsorship from them or something. I feel like as we're literally on there every day learning Italian. But it was all started by a post that Airbnb put out. They were looking for somebody to come and live in a house in Sambuca, Italy. And I remember Philippe and I were sitting across from each other one Saturday morning having coffee, and he, texts me this article. And I was like, we should do this. So literally in that moment, like we both kind of went, yeah, we should do this. And it just everything kind of felt right in my being. So we did apply for that. We didn't get it, but we kind of knew what are the odds. Like there's people from around the world that are going to be applying for this. So we said, well, if we're going to do something like this, let's just do it our way. So we started digging into that. What would that look like? Oh, Francisco, I'll have to now have to look at my translate for what you just wrote in Italian. Awesome. Okay. Can you translate that for me? That'd be awesome. Anyway, so we started looking at, okay. And it was funny because a few days or weeks before that, I'd been saying to Philippe, every day feels a bit like Groundhog Day with all of the lockdowns and kids in school. And yes, they're back in school now, but the last couple of years has not been great education wise for them. And gotten into some bad habits, lost their desire and curiosity to learn. So like, what can we do different? We're creative people, we're entrepreneurs. Let's kind of see what we can do and how we can start to shape their lives from an education standpoint. So we will be homeschooling, which I always thought I would never do, but there's a concept called world schooling, and that's more like teaching through travel. So we will be doing a lot of that. We'll be traveling extensively through Europe. But why we landed on Italy. So obviously this call out for people to live in Italy with Airbnb was enticing. We're like, oh, Sicily, like the temperature down there. We're not big fans of Canadian winters. So we're like, ooh, we like the temperature and close proximity to the rest of Europe. Our 10-year-old started doing research on flight costs. So he knows how much it'll cost us to get to Rome or Paris or London or Copenhagen, where I have family and friends. So we just kind of went, okay, we like that. We like the history, the culture. We started researching it. I can already see that this has reinvigorated a curiosity and an interest in learning with our kids. So we decided, yes, it will be Italy. And we forged that path. We're like, we've got plane tickets booked. We have a meeting with the Italian consulate to get our visa. We're doing some things around our house so we can rent it out for the time that we're gone. So if you know anybody in Toronto who's renovating or coming here for, September to about June next year and needs a place to live, let them know. And we're going to be working remotely. So, during the pandemic or before the pandemic, I had an office. Maria and I were working together, and Philippe, my husband, was working there too, and it was great. And then the pandemic hit, and you know, everybody who works with me is working remotely, and I'm back working in my house, and Philippe's working out of the house too. We're like, we could be doing this anywhere. So we said the only thing keeping us here really is obviously our family and friends, but the kids' education. We're like, well, we can switch this up. It's 1 year, right? And it's, rather than look at like what could all the things that could go wrong, like, what if it all works out? That's something Mel Robbins says. What if it all works out? And how can it go wrong when you are going and having this new adventure? And what I learned a lot about myself in the last 2 years is how important adventure is to me, how important travel is, how important it is to be outside of my little bubble. I know you see me in this box, in this very spot frequently. And while it's a beautiful spot, it's not always creatively stimulating. And as a creative person, I'm working on a new keynote right now, and I'm constantly finding myself distracted and doing different things because I'm just always in the same place. So I think switching it up, and I will be reducing my schedule. So because we're going to be wanting to do all kinds of things with the kids and travel and have these experiences, I will be reducing my work schedule. I will be working less each day, which I'm hoping will make me more efficient with my time, actually. So that one I'm going to experiment with, and maybe that will continue when we get back. Who knows? So here's the lay of the land. We leave in September. Business is still open. We are still working. However, I'm only offering group brain camp twice this year. I've got a session starting May 30th, and then I've got another one that starts mid-October. So if you're interested in working with me in that small group setting in brain camp, those are the two timeframes. I'm taking on one-on-one clients for Brand Camp, and I do have more of a self-guided version. So that's kind of open whenever. When it comes to design projects, we will only be taking on a certain number of those as well this year to manage our time better. Things have scaled down a little bit with my team. And so Maria and I are just taking on the projects that we know we can handle and that are exciting to work on. And, I mentioned at the beginning of the year, my words are fun and flow. So I'm going to have fun in my work. I'm going to be doing the videos. We're doing the videos on our family channel. I am going to be creating. I'm going to be working with amazing clients and traveling and speaking. So I've now got 2 in-person speaking engagements booked and quite a few virtual. So I'm actually looking to get maybe some in-person in Europe. So if you know any conferences or people looking for speakers over across the pond, let me know. Would love those opportunities. So if you're interested in working with us this year, please do reach out, send me a message on social or an email. Even if it's not right now, I'm starting to plan out the rest of the year because I am reducing our capacity for the year. We will be booking clients into the fall and the winter. So that's the big secret. We are moving to Italy. It's going to be an epic adventure. Now, I've moved to Europe years ago, so this isn't my first rodeo, but for the rest of my family, it is. So we are going to follow along and share this journey with you. And it's, I'm sure there will be bumps in the road, as there is with anything. And we're going into this with an open mind and an open heart. And I hope you join us on that journey. And I am looking forward to working remotely and trying something new and continuing to serve my clients in an amazing way when I'm also feeling creatively stimulated, which I think is really important in the work that I do, to have to just be creatively stimulated on a regular basis so that I can bring that to the work that I do. So that's what's going on. Thank you, Guile. I'm hoping that some of the French in my family is going to help with the Italian. I'm finding it already is. My kids' pronunciation of Italian words is definitely better than mine. So we'll hopefully be able to leverage some of that French language into the Italian. So that's the big news. And I'll make sure, I don't think LinkedIn shares this StreamYard doesn't share the link on LinkedIn. So I'll make sure to pop back in there and share the link to our family YouTube channel where you can follow our journeys as we embark on this amazing and wild adventure. So that's it. That's what's going on in my world. Short and sweet. And let me know if you've got questions. To me, this is really important because the way of work is changing, right? We're not having to be in one place all the time for many types of careers. Learning and teaching, as we've seen in the last couple of years, doesn't have to be the way that it is, right? It hasn't worked wonderfully for my kids, and we want to try something different and see if there's a different way to engage them in a creative process, in learning, and reinvigorate that and teach them so many amazing things. So I think it's going to be a pretty amazing adventure all around. And if you've got suggestions for places you want us to go or things you want us to do in Europe while we're over there, please do let us know. And have an amazing long weekend, everybody. Bye.